March 25th, 2006. I'm Matthew.
I'm Will.
And this is MacNTalk. Okay, we've had one beer and we didn't like it. We actually had 10 minutes. That'll be in the outtakes afterwards.
That'll go down in the
outtake at the end history with the outtake music.
annals.
The huh?
Isn't it the annals? ANNALS or something like that? The annals. You know, whenever we get famous.
Oh, I have no idea. So, but anyway, so we're here. We had some Hefeweizen. Hefeweizen? Hefeweizen.
Wheat.
That sounds American to me. Hefeweizen.
Doesn't it, though? It really rolls
We have
off the
some
tongue.
Hefeweizen.
And I'm already...
They have the Weizen.
And we both agree that... I'm sorry. We both agree we're not a fan of the Hefeweizen. This particular beer.
I don't know if we agreed upon me not particularly liking it.
I don't like it at all.
Fully.
I didn't like it.
I thought it was okay. I got a little buzz.
Are you with
from
me?
it?
Me too.
So
it's doing something.
Yeah, so it's okay.
This was Whitmer Brothers.
300 proof.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. It's Portland, guys.
You know?
No, it's not bad. It's unfiltered. It's wheat. Whatever. We moved on from it. So we're done with that. But we have Mirror Pond, which we've had last 3 times in a row. Right. And it's good. It's great.
That's our fallback.
I like it.
I love it.
Yep.
I'm starting.
There's no fizz in that.
It's in fact, that was.
Are you going to put lemon in this one?
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. I don't think I need to.
Okay. Well, there you have it.
Well, you didn't answer me.
We do have lemons. You know, the lemons are like
too far away.
An arm and a half reach away, and I can't get to it, so forget it.
I've forgotten it. So what are you going to talk about, Will?
Well, today with MacNTalk, I thought we would talk a little bit about my download experience with Roxio. I upgraded to Toast 7, so I'll talk about that a little bit. How about another subject what are you going to talk about?
Well, let me just go over the list of things. The Roxio downloads, the new computer that you have, that you purchased.
I have it right here.
World of Warcraft. Yes, that was a belching World of Warcraft. Oh, Wheatie. Have you had your Wheaties this morning? I may be able to get sued for that one. But Warcraft, World of Warcraft, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about schools, Microsoft applications, dealing with the wife and the going to college and dealing with the,
I'm sure that's a positive experience.
Oh, well, anything.
Can't wait for that one.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk about Mac and XP.
Ah.
Yeah.
Got XP running.
They took OS X off and started just putting Windows XP
Sure.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks...
You spend
like
all that money for
idea.
Apple product and throw XP on there. Why not?
Sure. And funny enough, it gets viruses. Anyway. And iFusion. The iFusion is the carry tote bag speaker system, rechargeable, that the iPod goes into. Mm-hmm. And again, why need to talk more about it? I just basically said the whole thing that I need to say.
I think that was it. But initially I was confused because I thought it was a Gillette razor. So
yeah,
you clarified.
So he thought it was kind of funny that we were going to talk about Gillette razors.
Yeah, I thought maybe it had OS X installed. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Just ignore me.
Yeah, I will. As usual. Yeah. Oh, no, but this is the Matt and Will Show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is MacNTalk, and this is Matt, and that's Will, and this is the Matt and Will Show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us.
After one beer.
Well, I mean, that happened before the beer.
That's
and
true.
You said I was
You're
crazy.
You're naturally,
crazy.
Fairly loony.
Well, that's not loony. That's just...
No, you're fairly loony.
Are we here to talk about me? We can talk about me.
Okay,
That's fine.
well,
that's up to you.
It's Matt and Talk.
It's not Matt and Talk.
It's not?
It's MacNTalk, the Matt and Will Show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on March 24th, 2006. So we got this down. Okay, well, what is your positive experience, William, with the Roxio product?
Oh, Roxio.
Yeah. You looked at me like you're just waiting
You
for
have
something.
Toast 7, right?
I have Toast 7.
And so last night, well, I think you told me I received an email from Roxio about a week ago. I never acted on it, but last night I was bored.
I delete all emails. But yes, I did receive it.
Sure.
There is a path coming in.
Pulled out your junk file.
Yeah.
So it was like $50 or so for previous ownership of, and, so I thought, well, the caveat is $20 mail-in,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so they get $79 out of you.
Right. Actually, a little bit more. I'll go into that.
What, does it just keep going up?
Yeah, because you know what actually they do, which I thought was actually pretty cool, and I went with it. You can remove it for like $16, but they'll send you a physical CD as well.
Remove it or download it?
You download it, then they'll send you a physical CD.
I know, you just said that.
Did I?
You remove it, and then they send you a CD. I'm like, I don't see the benefit of that.
I'm sorry. What I meant
don't.
was you can remove it from your shopping cart. You can remove the physical CD for $16.95 that they are going to send to you if you don't want to pay for. If you think that you
I'm
don't want.
so goddamn confused here. So you can go ahead and take another sip. So basically, they sent you a thing that's an email saying.
Upgrade for $50.
Upgrade for $50. You go in, you buy it, right?
You do.
And then you want the CD, and they send it for free. So you remove it from your shopping cart.
Let's see how you know what, I really didn't
pay attention, and you're just kind of making it up as you go along.
I just pushed buttons as I went along, but no, basically it's $50 after it's all said and done. But I think I will have to pay for the extra $16 for the physical CD. I think is the crux of it. I really don't know. I guess give my credit card.
Okay, sure. So basically, for all you people out there that have received this email, I'm glad that we could help you.
I just deleted it.
Yeah.
Save yourself the time and trouble.
You can take my approach, buy it for full price and don't even deal with it. Or you can go with his approach and be confused for the rest of your life.
No, but it was pretty cool because actually, I'll give them credit. Their website is, although that was a little bit...
It's up and running?
It was up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
It ran. No, it downloaded fast, and, I installed... in fact, I burned some CDs... today with it, and it worked flawlessly. I think Roxio makes a good product.
I think they do too. I do as well. At least for the Mac product.
Yeah.
The Mac product I think is excellent.
Have you used it? Yeah, I agree. I think for the
I don't think there's
Windows
one comparable
version.
The Windows I've used the Windows version quite a bit, and it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that kind of the case with all Windows applications? It's just kind of
everyone.
Yes, thank you. Alrighty then. Okay, so we will move onward. I'm in agreement though. Before we move on, I'm in agreement. Roxio is a great product. Go ahead and get that. We're not endorsed, but maybe we will be. Maybe they'll refund.
Have you ever used their DivX?
No. No, but DivX you can burn DivX DVDs with the Roxio 7.
I wanted to try it, but I haven't done that yet.
I don't have a need to.
You don't.
Well, why do I need it? I don't. The only time I've seen DivX is on when you search for things on LimeWire or whatever, and then it's a DivX code versus codec versus whatever. I've never encoded anything in it. I've never really needed to. The only things I do are very simple with the Mac. I didn't even know
much about the format, but it says that it stores. I don't know how much more, but it stores more than a standard DVD.
Right.
So there's a benefit right there.
Oh no, it's beneficial, but not for me.
Sure, you don't really need to
I don't fall in the line. No, who does? Well, someone. You do. Because you have all that data. Yeah.
There was the other topic, because I'm a recent .Mac subscriber also. So .Mac. That's not on my list.
That's not on the list.
Look at the list.
Well, the list is what I'm going by. I need to write it down. Let me write
I just
Mac.
added that.
Let me just put this right under here. Will is an idiot. Let's see.
And I did backup. This is about another download. I downloaded the backup software that you get.
iBackup?
With the... Sure, you do backup? No, but it worked really well last night. I basically backed up my home folder, and I just left it on overnight. And
so you don't do all the system stuff and all. You just basically do your home folder that synchronizes. I mean, that synchronizes up with the .Mac.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's
so you can get it anywhere. So if you wanted to get it from here, you could.
Exactly. It synchronizes all of your address books. It synchronizes from your multiple computers, whatever. So that worked really well. Also, I'm pleased with that. I guess
good.
It's $100 a year, but
I honestly think it's too much.
I
think they need to. I think $100 a year would be good, but they need to offer more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just think that it's too much for me.
Well, they give you, I think, 512 iDisk space, and then another 512 for like your web page or so, or something like that. So I mean, they give you one gig total storage space.
Yeah, but you can get more other places.
You can.
I mean, they get like you said, the backup and stuff like that. That's all great. That's all cool.
There's some extra value there, right? I mean,
there is. I personally don't think at the moment I would use something like that. I don't see a benefit for me personally because I have gigs and gigs of information, and just needing, a gig.
Right.
I'm not sure would work for me.
Right.
So, and plus I'm hooked to the internet. I can hook straight to the server, my server from wherever I am anyway, PC or Mac.
Uh-huh.
Actually, that's another topic we're going to talk about, and that's going to be VNC. VNC for OS X and chicken.
What was that called? VNC chicken or
VNC chicken?
Chicken of the VNC.
Chicken of the VNC.
And I used that before, a long time ago on my other computer. And that worked very well. I need to reset that up for my home network.
It's awesome.
It is awesome.
It works very, very good.
And it's fast, and it shows. The desktop is right there. Boom.
Yeah. And I didn't think that I had any security on it, but it come to find out I do. And make sure when you install the VNC for OS X, it's not Chicken of the VNC is the client,
right?
But then there's the server one that is I'm not sure who makes it, so I'm going to be useless on the subject on this. But if you do a search for VNC for OS X in Google, it will come up. It's going to be within the first few hits.
Yeah.
And very easy to install. You install it. You click on a little check mark that says on startup. Mm-hmm. Start the server on startup, and then you set the password, and then you're good to go. Mm-hmm. And then Chicken VNC, you type in you need the IP address and the port number. I think it's 1501 or something like that, and the password. You're good to go.
Yeah.
And it connects right up. I think there's ways to transfer data from screen to screen, but that's not the way I personally see it set up, or that's not the way I have it set up. Me, you're just in there. Mm-hmm. It's just on that machine. It's not like remote desktop with Windows where you can share files in between your real session and your remote session.
Oh, I see.
But I think there are ways of doing that. I think VNC is an incredibly powerful product. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would say check that one out for sure, because I've been very pleased with that.
And it wasn't real technically hard to do.
No.
I don't consider myself that, but even I set it up fairly,
real easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that one's definitely a looker. So talked about .Mac.
A little bit.
I'd like to try it 1 year, but I'm afraid if I tried it, I'd get hooked enough and not cancel it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
And
in fact, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They start out right away, even though, the first year, whatever, it's paid for when you buy the box or whatever. After, basically when you register, they want your credit card and put that on file so that they'll automatically renew you every year.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, God.
I need
Yeah, no, I don't like that. So, well, they're no different than anyone else. And they also, I think that they're hoping that the user wants to do it. Not that, oh, I'm just going to try it for a year and cancel it after. So they don't want to interrupt. A user that wants it doesn't want to be interrupted whatsoever.
Right.
So Apple covers himself and says, give me this information, and then we'll make sure that it doesn't lapse.
Right. Yeah.
Which, when you rely on, I mean, you don't want it to lapse.
Yeah, and for me personally, it won't be that big a deal. But I'd like to.
I think you should try out the iWeb and all that stuff and the photocasts and stuff like that.
Right.
Try all that. I mean, that's.
I will.
Because I don't have it, you'll be the guinea pig on the.
I plan to, absolutely.
On that. So, new computer. How do you like your new? William has a new MacBook Pro, Duo core. The Duo.
2 gigahertz. Good so far. I'm trying to get another gig of RAM. The Apple wants like $300 for the 1 gig SIM card. I'm not paying that. That's crazy. I called a local place and they give you a song and dance. They don't have it, so I don't know. I'm still trying to find it.
So you gotta wait.
Yeah. But
how much do you have? One?
I have one. It comes with one.
Well, it looks pretty spiffy, actually.
Yeah, it is, and I just want to max it out and be done with it. But basically,
more money to throw at it.
I just throw. I sandwich money in when I close the lid.
Well, yeah.
Yes, I will tell you though that apps that are not Intel encoded already, or whatever you want to say, compiled or what have you,
that are using Rosetta.
Yeah, that it's definitely noticeably, chuggier than even my 1.25 was. So, it's
yeah. So you went from a G4 1.25 with how much RAM? 1.25.
Yep.
1.25 gigahertz and 1.25 gig of RAM.
And yeah, there's whenever you run like I just run like Photoshop Elements. I was using it today for some things, and basically it's when it loads up, it's slower than my 1.25 was. And again, it's just the nature of emulation. So until companies get on board and fully convert all of their programs to Intel,
well, I don't think it would be hard for them to do it. They just need to do it.
I don't know. I don't know what it takes, but hopefully.
Well, I mean, wasn't that a whole keynote thing that he said that look how easy we've made it for you to convert these things over, and until then it's...
Yeah, I think, they pick and choose. To be honest, I have no idea what programming it takes, but I think they kind of pick and choose and they say what, this is not that hard. But reality is it depends on probably how it was programmed. I'm guessing.
Well, I think also if you look at it, the like Adobe products, they have Intel products already.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think that would be easy, and the combination of Apple's little Xcode thing, converter, I don't know what it's called, whatever it's called, and the fact that they
would just do it for you.
Yeah, that it would be so close that it would be maybe real quick they could get something going.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I mean, if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it.
One interesting thing was I did try to I was burning a DVD on I have a Power Mac at home, and I was burning a DVD, and I wanted to use this one for I was just printing out some things in Photoshop, and when I went to print, the printer drivers I thought might be a problem with the Intel, because I don't know if they're Intel ready, whatever. I have a HP, I don't even know what model it is, but it's just it's kind of like an all-in-one. It's a scanner,
sure,
what have you. And I went to print. It's connect directly to my Power Mac, so this computer saw it. The Intel laptop saw it. No problem. Even the icon was the little picture of the printer. So I'm thinking, cool. Okay, that's good. It's not just a generic driver, what have you. And went to print, and gave me the spinning beach ball for like a week, so I canceled that out. Tried it again, same thing. So yeah, exactly. So there are little. Now this is wireless going to the Power Mac, so I mean it's going through a lot of different hardware, but it should still work.
Yeah, it should.
And now this one, I also have a LaserJet that's hooked. I have Airport Extreme, and then I have Airport Express. Yeah, exactly. I got a system.
You got a lot of airports,
idea.
man. A lot of planes flying into your house.
A lot of them directly in.
Yeah.
And crashing.
Yeah, crash and burn. Yeah.
What?
How do you feel about that?
Good.
That's great.
Anyway, I can print to the connected Airport Express.
Good.
Like the biggest mouse in your
So you
hand.
could print. What happened?
No, I was just noticing the mouse that you use is like humongous.
It's jumbo.
It is.
Well, what do you have some weird?
No, it's just big. I guess I just noticed it.
$9,000 mouse.
It shows it. It's
a Microsoft mouse. It's a nice mouse. Ergo.
Oh, okay.
It's Ergo. It's actually very comfortable. I hate it. I like trackballs, but it's as far as a mouse, it's good. It has 300 buttons I'll never use, and has a nice little shiny
9,000 DPI.
9,000 is the number tonight.
I guess I did just hear that, didn't I? I don't care. DPI, bitch.
I don't even know what that means. Dots per inch, I think, but I still don't know what that means.
Duty personnel.
Douche.
All right. So, I'm sorry. So I can print. So printing to my Airport Express, HP, LaserJet.
So that works,
fine.
and the other one doesn't. So, key thing is that you're going to have some problems
bugs,
buying this.
Yeah, Intel is just...
All in all, worth it? All in all, not worth it?
Early adopter is always fraught with these types of problems. But, for what I use it for, so far it's been fine.
Sure.
So far it's been fine.
Well, and if we used it for the podcasting...
I wanted you to use it tonight, but you didn't.
You would be able to do... Well, you know what? I can transfer the file over.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try that.
And then we can just deal with it from there and see how it works. But I don't know what we're going to do that for.
I don't know.
Maybe just add it
to
so
see
you
if it's worthwhile, to see if it's faster or whatever.
I'm sure it's faster. Actually, this one's pretty fast. This one is... Well, good. I was waiting for that song to come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. That's my iTunes right
whether
there.
Whether or not you can hear it or not, there's a big boom boom truck that's doing some boom boom music.
Sweet.
Yeah,
God,
nice.
that's good.
It's really good. Can't make out a single thing, but I can sure make out the beat.
Well, they'll be deaf in about what, year or two, max.
And then they'll have to turn it louder for us all. That'll be great.
They have to actually put their ear on to hear the vibration.
Yeah, you think that we care about their hearing? We don't. The only reason why we do is so they don't have to turn it up when they come back. So anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. No, we're not. We're gonna continue, just for a moment, because it's a very pretty computer.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's very pretty. It's nice widescreen. I am using the 12-inch, which is not widescreen, is it? It doesn't look widescreen.
No, 4x3.
Yep.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. And it works. I'm really impressed with this computer actually because it was sub $2,000 and we got some breaks and here and there and it really has been awesome.
You stole it.
Well, I did. Well, I killed a grandma for it, but no, it honestly it's great, and I look at that and I want one badly because this is actually my wife's. I use it just for the podcasting experience, and believe me, I have more than one Mac, but this is the only Mac laptop we have. So,
well, it's nice. It's very transportable, actually. Very, very.
And I think that that's something that I love about it is that it's not light. I mean, it's lighter than some, but not lighter than most. I would say that the Dell equivalent would be lighter.
Plastic.
Maybe. Might be.
I'm sure.
It's lead.
Plastic lead.
Plastic lead. No, it is heavy, but that's not a big deal for me.
So let's segue into, since we did just bash Dell. Kinda. Yeah. I hate Dell. I do.
I was giving him a look just because I have no reason to not give him a look. Into what, the Mac and XP?
No, the other. Your experience tonight.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segue, actually, because I was just talking about, this is my wife's computer, but she was given something in one of her classes that would only work on one. It would work on anything running XP that had PowerPoint, that had that was running Internet Explorer. Or it popped up. I didn't see that really in the specs, but when it did pop up, when I tried to execute it, it did say, and it's just web-based, it said that it could use 5.2.2, whatever you want it to, decimal point. 5.22 Internet Explorer for the Mac. And Microsoft, the loving sons of bitches that they are, won't even let you download it anymore. And I guess maybe the reason might be is because Apple maybe bumped, this just occurred to me, maybe because they went from 10.3 to 10.2 to 10.3.2 and now they're at 10.4.5, and there may have been little tweaks that they needed to do along those routes, and they may have just said, screw it, use Safari.
Yeah.
It's better than what we have to offer, and, we're going to worry about the Microsoft. But anyway.
It is troubling when companies or schools or what have you lock you into a certain browser. And, they exclude, they don't think about, the Macintosh population.
Well, I don't believe that they necessarily produced this particular software or DVD or CD, but they're using it as one of their, probably it came with a book that, that was offered to the school or whatever, and it happened to be PC. I know, PC-based, Windows-based, and I know that Microsoft infiltrates schools very harsh.
What doesn't Apple, though?
No, they can't compete. They can't compete because basically they'll say, at least from what I understand, is they'll come in and they'll say, we'll give you all these hundreds of $1,000s worth of licensing for $5 a title. And so you can get a full-blown network with running SQL, Enterprise Edition, everything for nothing. And you can't get that with the Apple. I don't believe that they offer the same, and same with machines. So that means that the machine they can buy the cheapest machines and still get $5 for Windows XP Professional, and it ends up being a real huge bargain. To you can't. I don't think Apple can compete. They used to. Apple has been known to give schools lots of computers, but I don't believe. I think right now Microsoft's playing the hardest ball that they can make, and they realized that the schools were some of the most important arenas that they needed to fight for, because when you get out and you graduate and what do? You go into the business world, and if you went with Mac, it would be hindering to the people that graduated into the business world that say, well, we just know Mac, and here it is that they don't know the PC world. So I think that it was to their best interest to offer virtually free the Microsoft products, and in doing so, the products that the teachers are getting to give to their students are also Microsoft based. So I don't think it's necessarily up to the teacher. The teacher could say, this is all for Apple, but everybody's using PC. They're going and buying the piece of shit $300, $400, $500 PCs, throwaway PCs.
Sure.
And that wasn't a fart. That was my chair.
Oh, that's your chair. Okay,
yeah,
good.
Of course. So, but my experience was that luckily I had a computer stuck in a box somewhere that I yanked out that was clunky and big and ugly and horribly painful to.
So we scoured the internet for 522. We finally found it, downloaded it,
and it didn't work.
Well, first, didn't it latch up your system initially?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It did.
Right.
But Microsoft. I mean, that's...
I know.
Yeah, and that may be why they stopped. That's what occurred to me. That maybe that's why they said we don't offer it anymore.
That's a good point.
Because if people are running...
too much, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's still... I don't know. I still don't think they compare. They make some great products, and they think that they're there for the best interest of the people, but I don't believe that their products stand up to Microsoft, to Apple. I think Apple just has hands down the best products.
And unfortunately, Apple really still needs them. I mean, they just entered in like another 5-year agreement, which they said that they, in the last keynote or something, they talked about that. They were gonna, extend it for another 5 years.
You wait.
But the same day, they stopped like support for, what was it, MSN Messenger or something. I mean, like the same day
it was Messenger.
Yeah, it was one of them. I don't know.
Maybe it was Explorer.
No, that was after.
I can't think of what it was.
They did stop support on something like instantly after they say that they're gonna keep it all going for 5 more years. So
sure. Well, you wait and see. Before that 5 years is up, Apple's going to come out with their own product.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come out with their own Star Office or something that's completely compatible with Microsoft products.
Have you used iWork? I have not, so I don't have any.
No, I haven't. That's supposed to be somewhat compatible with certain things, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I mean,
or at least PowerPoint or something.
I'll be honest, it really has to be very compatible with Word or something. I mean, if you take something from your Office home...
and that was the problem. I was coming up with the free, I think it's Star Office with Linux.
I've not used that.
Well, I was using Linux or Red Hat 7.2 or 7.3, I forget which one. And it comes with, I believe it's called Star Office.
Mm-hmm. Is it Java-based? Is it? I've heard it's kind of... It works well, but I heard it's kind of slow.
It's not super duper fast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure it's Java based though. It might be. I don't know. I don't know that much about it other than I saved something that was supposedly Excel compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Totally formatted different. Same thing with Word. It was supposed to be Word compatible, and then we opened it up and no, it was close, but it wasn't the same. And so it's like, well, if it's not
by
the
time
same,
you gotta tweak all those settings,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's not worth it. So, but I think that it may have just been a little off. Like Microsoft may have come out with just a new, it's. I think it's hard for companies to keep up with the other ones because you almost have to release everything at the same time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If Star Office is going to be compatible with the latest edition of Office, then it needs to be released at the same time because that one's going to be compatible with the latest version.
Right.
The latest versions with the latest version. Whereas the Star Office I was using may have been compatible for an earlier version.
That's a good
point.
I
didn't test that. I was just running the latest version. So,
sure.
I think it's tough for companies. I think it's tough, but now that we bored everyone to death. But so the end of the story is I finally pulled out a machine that was running Windows on it, and it worked for her, and she's happy, and I'm just thrilled.
You're happy because she's not in your face saying, fix it. Right.
Yeah.
Make it work.
But it does get annoying. I think that I wish Apple would take over because I think they make a better product. Obviously I wouldn't be here if that, was the case. I mean, not that I wouldn't exist on the planet.
You would not exist.
Right. I wouldn't be doing a podcast.
You owed Steve Jobs your life.
Exactly. No, I think that they just make a great product, and I love to see them do better and better because it amazes me that people don't believe it. I think Microsoft, there's the other side. People love Microsoft and PCs, and
do they?
Yes, there's people that will bash Apple and for instance, this case, it wasn't compatible.
Yeah.
And the reality, it was nobody's fault. It was the competitors' powers, possibly their fault. And
it is irritating though. Whenever you have something and you I mean, we talked about the Garmin 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
That just irritates me that I have to. I can't even use it to its full potential because.
Well, mine's in a drawer. No, it's not. It's sitting over there, actually. I took it out of the drawer just to...
And that's funny you say that, because I just saw it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you liar.
Well, I mean, before that, it was sitting in a drawer.
Mine's in a drawer.
Yeah, yours is in the drawer. That's what I meant. Yeah, no, that's not what I meant.
But yeah, no, I can't wait until they release the OS X so I can actually... And you said that I installed it on my work computer. I never did. I never took the time. I mean, I don't...
You gave up that quick, so you never even used the cool features on it.
I have it still. All of my runs have been still locked into that Garmin freaking thing, and I have not downloaded it one time to see one iota of my performance.
I think you should just
running.
Drop it on the ground and step on it.
I think I'll drop you on the ground and
kick it.
Step on you.
That
was $3. Well, how much would that cost?
At least $100.
Was at I agree. I don't buy anything less than $100, so I know it was at least $100.
Hey, you could have found it for $100, but you chose to. Hey, here's one for $300. It's
sure,
the same model.
I'll get it.
Yeah, this will be better somehow.
I mean, that's what you do. It's trick to trade.
Right.
You just tell them
those
the price.
Ones must be gray market.
I want the most expensive one.
Right.
Go.
I mean, you do have those.
I buy by the internet, and then I always sort by the highest price.
Right, exactly.
Sure, click. Buy.
Highest first, that one.
Sure.
Bam!
That's the one.
That's it.
Jewel encrusted,
Thank
I'm
you
sure.
for sorting. No, but I agree. That'll be niece. That'll be a niece. Someone's niece. No, that'll be neat when they release the capabilities.
Yes,
because I am looking forward to it. In fact, funny
that reminds me. You owe me $300 for Windows XP that I bought for Virtual PC and all that crap. That never even freaking worked.
I didn't. Did I tell you to buy that?
You didn't put a gun to my head, but.
Or did I tell you? I don't owe you shit. Okay. You want to start going through tabs? That's cool.
Okay.
Let's start. You owe me.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, but it'll be neat when that works. Oh, I was going to say I ordered a treadmill, and I was reading funny thing about treadmills is they do weigh, like it weighs I think 195 pounds.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, and so it'll come in and I'll set it up and I'll use it at least make sure it works.
Sure.
And then I'll fold it up and I'll move it, and that'll be my exercise.
Sure.
Moving that sumbitch around.
That'll be a good, nice heavy coat rack.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hang my coat on there.
Yeah.
God,
that'll be nice. You come right in here and just hang it right up.
Yes.
During the summer, because of course you're wearing it right now.
Sure. Well, it's not quite parka weather today.
Not quite
so
the George Costanza
Michelin
down.
Man.
Yeah, Michelin Man.
Dude, I was cold like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was.
Well, it was 80 yesterday, so it's still holding its temperature.
It is. This is nice. This is very temperate.
Yes,
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Yeah, it's okay.
What's that?
It's the man in the fridge.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But so I ordered it, and I was reading. Of course, I was reading the manual before, so I could. It has a lot of features on it. It actually has a lot of like gym style.
Can you hook it to a PC? Can you download anything?
You cannot.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you with the gym? No, why could you? That would be way too confusing for people. People, huh? No, but what I could do is I could wear my Garmin while I did it, and then I could just have it stick on the Garmin and not ever be able to use that.
I got you.
No, but the thing that goes around the chest, that it actually has a heart rate monitoring system. So that's a separate order. You know, it's an option. Well, I already have it for the Garmin. So I could probably use this, and it would monitor my heart rate as I was going.
Wait a minute. I can't remember now. The Garmin. So you're saying that that chest thing
should work.
Transmit to
it should work.
Oh, okay.
Because they show it in the manual, and it looks identical.
Oh.
And I'm like, huh. Well, of course it doesn't say Garmin on it, but the shape of it and everything looks the same. So I'm like, maybe it'll just be the right frequency for it.
Maybe. Good luck.
Yeah, I need it. Thank you. Because at least I'll make sure it works.
And it won't work.
And then I'll strap it right on the... It might. I actually have confidence that it might.
Okay.
Confidence that it might. That's not very much confidence, is it?
What is that? 50%? I don't know.
I think that's even less. So,
where are you going to put it? Right here? Right in the podcast area?
Did you say pottycast?
No,
I said pottycast.
I said podcast. Play it back.
Pottycast. In the pottycast. Pottycast. Oh, that's a good
I
rip.
pottied over there.
Pottycast, yeah. I'll cast my potty over there. Yes, I'm going to clean this area up a bit, and then, if I can, I guess.
Yeah, and it's really pretty neat already. I don't think you really have to do much.
No, not much at all.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm going to paint the walls and all, because I need to plug it in. So I need to plug it in right there somewhere. Or either that, I'll just forget about that, and I'll just...
take a shot of that. You got to show that.
No.
Yeah, plug it in right there after you get an outlet put in there.
I'll get an outlet. Well, I need to paint, too. I need to finish what I'm doing. Which you were supposed to help with.
I did help.
You threw $300. Yeah, okay, you owe me more help.
Show the picture.
I burned it.
I got pictures of me drilling holes in the wall.
Yeah, you drilling holes into my non-stud, yeah.
Right in the middle.
5 right down. Yeah, why'd that go in so
that's
easy?
what you did.
Look. Oh, yeah, jeez.
Okay, I don't even think I was in this area over there.
No, I did great.
You did, yeah, it was good.
What do you mean? What are you looking at that's so bad? I didn't miss one.
You went down like every 2 inches and drilled a hole.
Oh, those were, that I missed.
Okay.
I missed a couple there.
I thought you might have, yeah.
But I didn't think we were going to sit here and rip on my drywalling skills.
I mean, you really can't hang anything there because you're going to hit like metal. You've drilled so many holes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was the plan. Earthquake. Yeah. I mean, I wanted it to be like steel. Yeah, this whole room. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, it's basically, You know what I should have done, though? I should have really insulated. I think I should have insulated. I thought about that when I was doing it, and I didn't. Well,
because this
for the climate where you live. I don't live here.
No, you don't.
No.
No, I think that it would help keep it cool during the winter. Cool during the winter? Yeah. It'll be for icicles, a lot cooler than it is.
That's what you
a refrigerator.
Want. That's really what you want.
No, a lot cooler during the summer.
Oh, the summer.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Yeah. Summer.
Well, you had 50-50.
I did. Well, I'm good at that. Yeah, give me red or black. I don't care.
Taking you to Vegas. Oh, that's another story.
We need to go to Vegas right now. I'll drive.
You go.
Your car.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect.
No, but I'm going to put it in here. Were we over with that conversation? Were we done with that?
Oh, we're back to the treadmill?
Well, I mean, we went straight to ripping on my drywall experience and the fact that there's no outlet there. There's a place for an outlet.
Well, you're running servers, so I know you do have power in here, so that's good.
A lot of power. In fact, down there, there's a bare wire. All I need to do is get it over to here to these outlets. It'll be live as can be.
Yeah, well, yeah. What do you get in the treadmill? Let's talk about that.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's shipped from
where?
Kentucky.
Why?
Kentucky? Free, no tax, man.
What company? Can I ask?
Georgia Tech.
What? Do you want to give them a plug?
No.
Good.
we don't have any listeners anyway. Why do I give a shit? Am I going to get a... Woo,
give them a plug.
Yeah,
God
$1. You'll give me $1 per listener. That'll be one. Because I listen to it. No, that would be SportsMart, which is owned by Sports Authority.
Oh.
Which, if you're in the Reading area, there's a new one opening up in Reading where the old Fedco used to be.
How do you know that? You don't live in Reading.
Reading, California.
Where's that at?
California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
is that on West Coast?
It's on the West Coast? Yeah. It's on the West... Well, it's not right on it. It's in the... I mean, compared to the East Coast. I mean, it might be.
In the ocean.
No, I know that. I know that there's one opening up there.
How do you know, though?
I have ties to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Not really. I don't know if I want to say that. See, I don't know if that's a good idea, but go up there and visit. I'll be there in 2 weeks.
The treadmill will be here, but you'll be away.
Well, I don't want to. Yeah,
sure,
I don't want. Go right.
Get your wife.
I don't need my coat. Yeah, she'll be using it.
Sure.
So she says, at least for a day.
Exactly. I'm for it. I think you will.
It'll take up more space than this frickin' table. I'll tell you
but
that.
But it does close up, though, right? It's one of the ones
it's
that close up.
It's supposed to.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever do that. Maybe I'll do it once or twice, but then I'll get tired of doing that as well.
Sure.
So I'll either keep it closed or keep it open.
Which you throw your back out.
Right. Exactly.
Fuck. I threw my back out.
Stupid treadmill.
And
then I'll sell it for half the price, and then I'll be done with it. And then
that's what I did.
Go buy
I bought a Nordic Track and sold it for like a nickel.
Yeah. You just wanted it out. Like, here, come pick it up. You can have
exactly. I pay.
I'll pay for your gas to come here and get it.
Go. Take it.
So
what are we on to next?
We're on to, let's see, schools. We did the schools. Let's go, since we're on the XP Mac and Bash, let's go to the Mac and XP. The Mini has people have proven to get XP Professional running on, or XP running on a Mac Mini or a Mac, Intel based.
And I'm kind of torn on this one because here I just bashed because Garmin's coming out with OS X drivers.
Thank God.
Yes, but think about it. If I could. I don't want to take my shiny new Mac, though, and have it be a little test guinea pig for this XP experience.
Well, that's why they did it on a Mini.
Well, they've done it
on... They did
on...
it on the cheapest one.
No, they've done it on others. They did it on the iMac Intel.
They did?
You can do it on any of them. It's Intel.
I thought it was just one.
It's just...
It was like...
It's serial number
the
one.
The Lotto, yes.
Yeah. No, but they can do it on anyone.
Any one of them.
Any Intel, sure.
Well, good. My opinion is, why the hell does anybody want to give a shit about that? You know what I mean?
For just that reason. For just what you went through tonight. How long?
Yes. You know what?
How long did it take?
Rather have two machines. One I could shove in the corner.
I don't want to have two fucking machines.
But you can have problems. You can still run up with the pop-ups and the crap, and have to run the this and crap and bullshit. I don't want my Mac. Okay, I don't want it blemished. I don't want it blemished because, I have some stupid need. I want the companies to change. I don't want to have to. I don't have to adapt because they're a fucking bunch of retards. Ooh, F-bomb. Because they're a bunch of retards.
Mm.
My Mac is my Mac. I want it to be a Mac. That's why I buy a Mac. I don't buy a Mac so it can be a PC part of the time and a Mac part of the time.
But every once in a while, you need a Windows.
I would say that. I would say screw it.
I know.
I would say if I was in her position, like for instance my wife's position where she needed the PC, go to the school. If the school gave it to you, they have to give you the ability to have some sort of computer. But you have
a computer at home. You don't want to go to school and work
I understand, but that's
computer.
That's the way it needs to be. And then you mentioned, hey, this sucks. I'm a Mac person, and I wish you made it for Mac.
That's what needs to happen.
And you push them into doing the right thing rather than make the user inconvenienced.
Right. And by the way, I think I don't know. Did you email Garmin? I did.
I can't remember, but yeah. Well, they said they refused. I remember I read something that they refused to have anything to do with Apple, with OS, with yeah.
No,
they were
actually. I emailed them and I complained to them that, hey, I'm a Mac user. I was really wanted to I bought your product and it didn't have the drivers. I even tried virtual PC and got nowhere. Do you have any tips, anything? And they emailed me back, and they said that a handful of people had gotten it to work with virtual PC.
Yeah.
But they found that the majority could not, and they really didn't give much more technical know-how than that. But they did try to be helpful. They were, I think, a little apologetic about it, but the reality is that at that time, they couldn't do anything else. And it was frustrating. You spend, I don't know, what we spent, a few $100, what have you.
Well, by the time you got the virtual PC and the Windows XP and all that garbage.
It really pisses... I mean, it's one of those things that really does irritate you. It's just... I mean, here's a good subject.
Well, and
buying
but
software...
that's the other thing.
No,
I would rather have I would rather have virtual PC than actual PC. That's the way I see it.
But if you have a selectable operating...
I don't want to...
This is a selectable operating system.
I understand, but I want to be running Mac all the time. I want to be running OS X all the time.
Okay, well...
I don't want to be running anything but. You know, even though the virtual PC does do, you know, some creative partitioning shit to the system, but at least I can shut it off and bam, it's shut off. And I'm working on what I want to work on, and it's stable and everything. You know, I don't want to be choosing which one I'm going to boot into.
Yeah.
I want to know, hey, you know what? This is my primary system. This is my primary operating system.
Here's the reality, though. Isn't this interesting? That look how Apple developed a emulation program called Rosetta that takes an Intel, converts it to Power PC programming. Shut up. So that tells me that the other way is very, very possible. That you take OS X, you know, that was, and then you can read, you can probably load on. It's just like virtual PC. Apple could do that too. They choose obviously not to.
Yeah.
And obviously for valid reasons, what have you. But it tells me that you can go, you know, kind of both ways with the programming side of the business.
Sure.
But obviously there's reasons, you know, that they don't do that. You know?
Well, I understand their reasoning. I heard an interesting tidbit was the fact that you could run Windows on a Mac, Intel base. Made it so that the Apple was more marketable to other people. Maybe. So you could get it. You know, hey, I'm a PC person. I need to be able
it's possible. Yeah.
But I think that.
I mean, it could be.
I think they need to be very careful.
There could be a lot of I mean, there's so much marketing going on there. Spin. You know, I mean, you know, for years they talked about megahertz myth and all that, and now they are transitioned to Intel, so they're really going to have to watch what they say so that they compare apples to apples.
Yes.
And you know, so a lot of people are going to be looking at, you know, now they're going to be able to say they're going to do it's easier to do a comparison between two, you know, equal softwares running on two different platforms, to see which performs better. And so they're really going to have to watch to make sure.
And I'm a little bit disappointed the fact that, you know, I liked the fact that there was a Power PC, that there was a different chip than Intel. I'm sure Intel...
You've said that before.
I think they have a great chip. I think they have a really good chip, and it's you know, I mean, they're doing the right thing. But I like the fact that there's something different. And, you know, I like AMD as well. I mean, I don't know if they're... From what I understand, they make a better chip than the Intel. Maybe they're
yeah. If I owned a Microsoft compatible, I would probably buy AMD.
Yeah, and PowerPC would give. It was just a little bit of a different possibility. You know, it's like, well, ooh, PowerPC. You know, I'm still impressed with the way the PowerPCs worked over the. There's something about an Intel-based Windows machine that just turns me off. It just doesn't seem like it does. I can get on my Mac, and even when it hiccups and is a little bit slow, which is very seldom, it still comes right out of it.
Yeah. Well, I watched you tonight on your desktop.
Yeah.
Look at what you had open.
Oh yeah, I had a lot.
That
of
was
things
crazy.
Open. And I don't turn it off forever.
Right.
You know, I don't restart it. Yeah. And on a PC, you're screwed.
Right. You could never do that.
And I know that has to do with Windows. I know it has to do with Windows, but I just think that the PowerPC seems to be a decent chip, and I wish that they could have gotten their heads out of their ass and really worked with Apple better, because it just to me seems like it's a more stable system, and I know a lot of it is software, but I wonder how much of it is not software.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, I just like also whenever you install something, if you don't want it, you can just drag it into the trash and you're done with it.
But is that the same as that?
I hope so. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm assuming so. But yeah, I mean,
it's not going to be treated.
It's OS X,
right?
OS X. I mean, I don't. It's just it's been compiled to run efficiently on an Intel-based processor, but
but the programming really hasn't changed other than the compatibility.
There's
with
nothing
the
different in that regard. I think that printer drivers, those nuanced, those specific type of drivers do have to probably be programmed for Intel specific, because otherwise they go through Rosetta. I think. I'm kind of
confused,
kind of dumb there. I guess just ignorant. I don't know. I mean, just my experience. If I use this really in a professional environment, that would piss me off. If I can't print to a printer, then I'm pissed. And if I have actually something that when I was printing at home.
Yeah, I agree. But if you're going to be, if there's going to be a Mac shop, you're going to have Mac compatible printers. That's what you're going to be hunting, right?
Well,
so you're going to be able to print.
And
you're not going to just walk into a Windows thing and say, "Hey, I have a Mac," and oh well, that's not Mac compatible. Of course, that's going to happen. And when you change, that's going to happen as well. I mean, it's going to have to happen. Not everybody. That's where I was saying that everybody. I think it's hard to coordinate. I think that. Vista, I mean, Microsoft has the ability, I think, to do it. I think that when their Vista whatever comes out, that they probably are going to be talking to all the companies, and all the companies are going to want to bow down to Microsoft because if they don't work, then people are going to start going, well, wait, I don't want this product.
Sure.
And with Mac, if that happens, you have 5% of the market share that goes, it's not that much of an impact.
Right.
So I think Microsoft will at least attempt to make sure everything works when it comes out. That's my opinion. And if they don't, they're really more stupid than I think.
Right.
And I honestly think this whole Vista project could really hurt them bad. I don't believe that it's, I'm kind of on the fence whether or not it's going to benefit Microsoft at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what it'll happen is it'll force. If it's like any other Windows thing, it'll force people into converting to certain things. It'll force, it'll force people to buy new machines. It'll force a lot of different things. And I think people are sick and tired of being forced into doing things just because, hey, I have this machine and now all these products are meaning I need a different machine. Well, fuck you. I'm done with that. Let me investigate somewhere else. And I think that if they don't do it right, you're going to see that. I think you're going to see that a lot because I'm not sure Vista's going to be all that great. So businesses, it may offer a lot and maybe like, oh, wow. But I guarantee it'll take 5, 10 years, 20 years before people even decide they're going to convert a huge company. I mean, if you have 15,000 employees or even less than that, 5,000 employees, and they're all running on something that's working.
Right.
And then all of a sudden that company that you have, because you have license agreements and this and that. And if you're forced into doing something different that costs the company a lot of money to maintain and get up and working,
right,
and is not that much better, you're going to see a lot of hell happen. I mean, it's going to be bad for everybody.
Then did you hear it got delayed? It's not being released in 2006.
I think they're screwed.
I mean,
honestly,
isn't it amazing how they? Granted,
I don't think it's doing well.
I haven't even seen any hint of it, to be honest. But
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
But
there's a beta version.
I'm sure it's a huge. It must be a huge upgrade for them to do.
I've heard people say things that it's basically XP on steroids.
Yeah.
That it's not. They have some neat multimedia-ish features on it that are different, but it's really not that impressive. And of course, that's not the latest release, and that's
sure.
That's one person's opinion, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that what they're coming out with is going to be that good for the public. You know, I don't think that. You know, I don't think it's a move because they think, hey, this is a really good product. I think that, hey, how, you know, we're starting to not make as much money. How can we start infiltrating other areas and get people excited again about it? And
I think so.
And I think that's what it is.
I think that's it, exactly.
Whereas Apple has like a different mindset. They honestly do. And we may not have talked about this before, is that they are for the end user. They want the end user to have a good experience. They think their products are good, and they end up being good. They revolve around the end user, and it doesn't feel like, even though they're more expensive, I never get the feeling that they're trying to rip me off and just take my money. I believe that the products that I've seen and used are products that they put there and say, look at these. These are, we really think that you're going to have a great experience with it. I buy them. Every single one of them I bought, I've said, I have such a great experience. I'm coming back.
I know.
And I don't know. I think that Microsoft has a different approach. People have a shitty experience, but they're forced to come back. Because I don't believe that there's someone right beside them saying, hey, use us. I mean, are they going to use Linux? People aren't familiar with Linux. They flooded the market with the knowledge, you know, MCSEs that know computers that are Microsoft based, and everything's geared towards that, so people are forced into it. Whereas Apple says, hey, we're for you.
Right.
You know, this is what we want you to have a pleasant experience. And that's why Disney wanted Jobs. Because it's the end user, and I think Disney has lost that end user. I mean, that's a whole nother subject, but they've lost that end user experience, you know, the happiest place on earth, and it's gotten too commercial and gotten too much like the Microsoft corporate capitalistic side versus the Apple side that Disney used to be. Disney used to be, I mean, that's what Walt wanted. It was all about the end experience. He, you know, of course, money was important to keep the operations running, but when it started, it wasn't publicly traded. It was his own little thing, and he wanted to share it with people because it was the experience.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're really, you know, the other direction that Apple's going with the, you know, like the video iPods and things, TV shows. You know, it's a great direction. Very soon, you know, obviously, I think the next logical step is they're going to probably release movies. You know,
I heard they were. What I heard was the movies were going to be $9.99.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they probably will. And I think that, you know.
But here's the thing. Google video site.
Haven't used it.
Apple video site. Video meaning any sort of video. The Google video site is the worst creation I have ever seen. Disorganized, confusing.
Is it? I believe it. I haven't used it.
I love Google. I think they have a fantastic, the best search engine, the best.
But it's kind of their first endeavor
product.
into this type of.
I think that they need the finesse of Apple. I mean, I just think Apple. But you know what? I think Apple's going to run into some real challenges. I think that they're not going to be the leader in this for long. I think that there's going to be some other, because Sony's working on some things.
Well, they need to work hard. Have you ever seen their Sony Connect? That's crap. It was crap at least a year ago. I don't know if it's gotten any better.
What's the Connect?
Connect is kind of like their iTunes.
Oh, no,
it was called Connect. I had a friend who tried it. Garbage. But, I mean, you know, just not user-friendly. And didn't have near the selection of what iTunes has. And it's just easy. iTunes is, you know, what it is. I mean, as far as, 80-some% people that download use it, and it's for a reason. It is easy. And I won't say that I've had, what is it?
You know, they don't have AC/DC on there.
They don't?
No. I just think that's weird. You know what I mean? I mean, that's no, I mean, not a lot of people listen to AC/DC, but no, you don't. But AC/DC seems like one of those bands that you would just have on there. Guns N' Roses. I mean, those are still popular.
Yeah.
Not to have one AC/DC song seems a little strange.
Well, it tells you that there might be a reason that. Yeah. I hear you. I mean, there might be, you know, certainly some bands that aren't on there.
Well,
AC/DC.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
But by and large, you know, everything, it is easy to use. And have you ever had a glitch where it was like downloading and had a problem?
Yes, and then I log back on later and then say finish download, and it downloaded.
And it worked, exactly. Yep. And I have had that as well, and I thought, oh no, am I going to get, screwed out of, whatever I'm downloading?
Let me tell you my experience early on. Mm-hmm. I had downloaded like over $100 and some worth of songs early on with the iTunes.
Sure, that's how you do it.
Not all at once.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I actually had my hard drive crash, and I lost all my songs, and I was somewhat upset about it.
Sure.
And I went to go see if I could get download them again, and they said, "We're sorry, we will not allow that." Finally, I convinced them into it, trying to, and they said, "Well, we'll let you do this as a favor to you. We'll let you download all the songs that you." You did. So I downloaded like 100 songs.
Wow.
All the songs that I lost, they let me do.
Is that right?
Yep. And I was very pleased, and I understand why they can't do that because their profit margin and their their bandwidth, and if they let people know you could download it more than once, they would have real problems.
Sure. Now you've just shared that with everybody, though.
Well, I mean, but hopefully people wouldn't take advantage of something like that.
I wouldn't think that they would unless their hard drive crashed. But yeah,
right.
I mean,
well, the thing is, I backed the hell out of things.
I was just gonna say,
and I did lie saying that I was in the middle of backing up.
Oh, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Get that on air.
Well, I had to get that. I had to get my songs back.
Sure.
It was a lot of money though.
You didn't have
at
a
the
choice.
time. I was like, come on.
They backed you in a corner.
They did. There's nothing left for me to do. I'm a liar. Like I'm gonna lie.
You're like a rabid dog at that point.
Yeah. No stop. So yeah.
Oh well, that was good.
Yeah.
That was really nice of them. Actually, I wouldn't have done it.
No. What do you mean you wouldn't have done it? You would have done it in a second.
I'll send you the little dialogue box that says back up your shit, and if you don't do it,
well, they weren't you.
No, they weren't.
They were not. But
that was nice.
So whatever. We just talked about the Mac and the XP.
Okay. Yeah.
So people did it. I mean, it's a neat experience.
You're really against it. I'm on the fence with it. Again, I'm not going to take my shiny new Intel and do it until.
I wouldn't do it at all.
I know. I would do it, and I won't do it though until I know that it's not going to muck up my system. I mean, more than what a
the fact that you will have a system that will multi-boot,
I think is
means
good.
You have two.
Yeah.
Dude, they already have programs that you can multi-boot shit.
I don't want an IBM. I don't want a PC clone. I don't want a PC. But there are times in the business world when I need it. That's my point. I know. Trust me, I'm not happy about it.
I don't understand. Why not go and buy one of those cheap ass $500 fucking machines?
I don't want a cheap ass.
Shove it in the closet, and whenever you need it, you can just pull it out.
I don't have that kind of closet space.
No, no, you don't. That box,
it adds up. It really does. No, I really don't want an extra dedicated machine. I want one machine. Honestly, I mean
I can actually respect that.
Yeah. Again, I have virtual PC at home. I have used it for the business side, for some things that have not worked on the OS X side, and
it works.
I don't like it, but I use it, and
this is the cool thing. Anytime you wanted to delete it,
it goes away.
It would go away.
You're right.
That's
right.
the difference.
And again, I'm not happy about taking in my hard drive and partitioning all this crap.
Right. The worst case is you have a. Well, I mean that wouldn't even be bad. Once it dual boots, that's fine. But I can see potential problems. Mm-hmm. Anytime you're having to deal with dual booting and stuff like that, and not knowing, There's certain levels of understanding how it all works,
right?
And you may be able to figure it all out, but do you want to spend the time screwing and dinking with shit? Because it's not going to be like an Apple, and all of a sudden putting Windows on it. It's going to be an Apple machine that's that's easy to use and this and that. You're using now a PC,
right? And of course
it becomes a PC,
and it's bandaged to make it a PC. It's not even even an approved method of doing something.
Right.
So you take your risk of doing it.
They may approve a method later down the road.
They may.
But I still would not do it. I want to get totally away from PC. Especially when I'm at home. If I'm going to work... that's the difference. I have a little system that I bring home with me.
Right.
And if I need it, then I go on and I use it.
And I don't.
But I don't use it. I mean, I honestly, it's only if I need to work. Mm-hmm. And then at that point, I'm working at home on a work machine. If I leave the job, I give that machine back, and I don't have all the muck and bluck on my machine.
But it's the same situation as me, but I don't have the work machine. They don't give me a work machine.
Well, then screw them.
Screw them.
No, honestly, because if they don't give you the tools to do it, why are you going to muck your shit up because they won't give you it?
Well, so I don't have to sit my happy ass at work till 10 at night.
Well, then you talk to your boss and say, I need a laptop,
sure,
and this is the justification, and you guys shouldn't be such tight asses with it.
Exactly. Sorry.
Do you need another beer?
No,
sir?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Criminy, you wussy pussy. I would like one. Can you give me a Weffenhusen?
Really? Are you
give me one of those?
Kidding me?
Someone has to drink them.
That's true.
Better me than you.
Now you go for it.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
No. And I'm having my beer. That's a Weffenhusen.
A Hoofenhusen?
Hoover.
That's like the
Hoofenhusen.
What was that? The Grinch? Where did he live? The Land of Who or something like that?
He lived in the cave up the hill.
He was drunk. He was drunk. Green Grinch.
He was. Well, that's what made him green. Green because he was drunk. And I put some lemon on it, and I realized this bottle, there's a lemon on the bottle. So they want you to put lemon in it. Either that or there's already lemon in it.
A lot of people don't have their own lemon trees, so you're kind of
I have so many lemons, I don't know what to do with them. I can't... What was that? On your face. Did you cry?
No,
was it a tear?
No. Okay. I had an itch. I itched.
Okay.
It kind of scared me because there was an itch.
Like there's
and then
something there.
Is there a bug?
No, it's gone. God, maybe it was. No, but I have so many lemons, I don't know what to do with them.
Eat them.
That would be bad.
Make batteries out of them.
I could.
Learn that science.
That would be cool.
Then you can run your laptop.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It wouldn't be. It would be sad.
That's a good one.
Yeah. No, so if you want some, you can go climb up the fucking tree and figure out how to cut them down, because I need a little cutter to cut them down is my big problem.
10:48 at night. There's not one light out there. I tripped over when I...
It's dark out there.
Urinated.
Next time, just go in the garden. That's nice. It's a lot easier. Less to trip over. Well, not necessarily.
That's a good point. A lot of hazards in that area.
Inside, outside.
Outside.
It's all the same. So, we talked about the... I want to talk about World of Warcraft. What do you like about World of Warcraft?
I like it enough that I'm going to try to get you into it.
Why don't you pay for a year for me? And then I'll play it.
Your wife still won't let you. It is a time waster.
I know, that's true.
But I'm going to show you it later.
Because I don't know enough
about
it. And you could suck me into it, and then I'd be...
I'm gonna show you it, and because I'm on your network.
I don't need another game.
I know you don't, but you do.
Do I?
You will.
I will need
when
one.
you see this game. It's
personally
fairly
like
awesome.
I want the racing game. I'm gonna get the racing game, although my wife's not gonna like it.
No.
But that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, you can.
He needs to have
call it what you want, but it's all about you.
It is about me. I only do.
Okay, the game's too violent for like someone in the likes of your son, but at his age. But I do want to show you it. I think that it's a fairly good game. that you
but
would
you've
like.
been playing it for what?
About
last
a year. I don't know. Let's say a year.
Non-stop? And your
not
beard
nonstop.
is down to the floor because
Yes.
you don't ever shave.
I won't shave.
No, not until you win the game.
Bad luck.
There's no winning.
But yeah, no, it's very good, and it runs very well on the Intel computer because they have it already.
That is handy
sent over.
dandy.
That's pretty good for.
And you would have not bought that had it not.
Right.
Yeah, you would.
And I have a friend also who did the same thing. So he's been loving it on his Mac, and it's worked well. So that game is a very intensive game as far as
Processing.
Yes, and even I have a Power Mac 2.7, and because of its PCI architecture. No, AGP architecture for its video card.
Oh.
This 2 gigahertz dual will blow it away in frame rate.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, that's wacky.
Yeah, and it's really irritating that, I mean.
Well, and let me tell you, this is my thought actually in getting one of those. Is I have the 23-inch. We're big on Mac here. He seems to give me his, or not give me, sell me his hand-me-downs. Will, I'm talking about you. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to the audience as well. And so
We have an audience?
I have. Well, when I listen to it back,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking to myself.
That's
again.
true. Good. Nanny?
My thought is getting rid of my Power PC and getting that as the replacement.
Nah.
Because I believe that it will be faster.
Yeah. I hear what you're
Because
saying.
I only have a 1.8 dual. Don't forget. I mean, that's almost a gig less than what you're running.
Mm-hmm.
And
But it runs very well. I've watched what you did tonight.
it works well.
It
Yeah,
works
no, I'm
very
not
well.
saying it's slow.
Right.
But I'm just saying that maybe in 6 months they come out with a 2.5 or a 2.
Sure.
Whatever. Whenever they bump it up
Yeah.
and they've kind of more software has gotten to it, because I can hook up that monitor to that.
You can. It's a bit clunky though to hook it all up. You know what I mean?
Aren't there?
No, of course it will.
No, I agree. It is clunky, but I don't know.
It's not like a dock.
I mean, I wouldn't
just
need to
pop
be-
it in, or
But I
something
think
like
once I connected it, it would be connected. I wouldn't be disconnecting it that often. I don't disconnect the other one that often.
that. That's a good point.
Or maybe I would. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe
See,
if I had the
I
laptop,
hooked it
would.
up to my monitor at home just for the G-Wiz, just to try it, just to see the mirror
Not as
screen
good.
and all that. No, it worked well, but I'm not going to. I'm more of a tidy person that don't want to have like just wires hanging everywhere
Sure.
and shit like that. So, besides that, I have my desktop computer, which I use for everything. This is more just an ancillary, whenever I need to have a wireless computer. It's just convenience is all that it is, And so, I just happen to have that luxury where I can, have this and use it just for that purpose. But
I guess my thought.
I
was,
like desktop computers. I really do. I prefer it over.
I don't know
over
why
a
I need
laptop.
one. I don't know why I would need one.
What?
A desktop.
And we're like the.
No, I mean I
reverse.
just don't know. I don't know why, because I think about you being tidy. You just saying that, I'm thinking, well, if you just had one computer, you wouldn't need the other one, and then
Yeah.
you could then be more tidy.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying about the wires and stuff like that.
But just plugging it in and.
But I mean, I guess if you weren't going, like my thought, which may not even be the case, is that if I used it as my primary machine, I would never really use it. I mean, I would never really disconnect it. But when I needed to, I could disconnect it and have everything with me.
That's a good point. That's true.
And that's probably the only way I could justify it.
Right.
And then I could use the other one in there for my server, which would then be more robust and so on and so forth. And the good thing about that, using it for my server, is my server software is Tiger, and it's for the Power PC. So I can't, if I got an Intel-based server like the Mac Mini, because I was thinking of getting the Mac Mini Intel-based, the Mac, because it's a faster machine than what that is.
Sure.
and it takes up less space and so on. You know, everything's cool about it. Although I would have to worry about the backups and the mirrored drives and stuff like that. I would have to totally do it differently. Probably with some externals and some backups, and then I would be fine. But it wouldn't work because my server software is for PowerPC, and I don't want to buy it again.
Sure. No, that's a good point. I mean, that's a huge outlay of cash.
Yeah.
For that. Just that purpose. You know?
Right. Well, and it's handy. I mean, I use it, so the last thing I want to do is have to go buy it again.
Yeah.
So if I could save that money, you know, and then use a machine that's geared toward dual, I mean, a dual 1.8 with the amount of RAM in there, perfect machine for a server.
Yeah.
I mean, it really would be. I wouldn't need anything else.
No.
I mean, that would be smoking fast.
No, that'd be a good system.
And then I would have a laptop to be able to do whatever. Be able to take with me or keep at the desk. Or, you know, the one thing that I might look into, just thinking out loud, is I'm not sure how much wear and tear I'd want to put on the DVD, internal DVD on it. Because we watch DVDs on the PowerPC, on the Dual. I mean, that's where we watch most movies on it. And if that went out, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I could replace it with something, or get the part and replace it. Wouldn't be a big deal. But if that goes bad, it's going to cost some money.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe just to obviously replace it, but I think you could do the replacement. I think actually if you shopped around, you could probably find the same drive.
Really?
Yeah, replaceable drive. I would imagine, but yeah, you're right. It might be.
I'd rather take
an external.
Yeah. And the way I'm set up in there, I mean, you saw my external drive, didn't you? Like 4 external drives.
Yeah.
I mean, it has.
Yeah, a whole array in there.
Yeah.
It's like a light show.
Which I need to actually back up to the network as well. I'm actually really concerned about my data. I don't back it up nearly as much as I could, but I do have a lot of things on there that if they went away, it would make me sad because it was a collection, like photos. I mean, all my photos, music, you know, other people's music that I downloaded, whatever. I mean, those can be replaced at a cost.
Right.
But all my music that I've done,
you've created,
is on there, and that would be huge. That would be a huge loss.
You don't back it up to DVD?
I haven't.
Oh, really?
I have it right now. I have it in multiple locations.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, you need to work on that.
Yeah, I need to consult. I need to get it into a working area.
Yeah.
And it's always a work in progress for me. But, like, for instance, this machine that's doing the podcast, I have all the podcasts on this. Did I stop that? No. And all the podcasts on the network as well, because I copy it from here onto the network and then work on my PowerPC with it.
Oh, yeah.
But, so it's on 2 different locations. But what I really need to do is come up with a better backup.
Archive them off,
yeah.
That's right.
I don't trust DVD, though, as an archive source.
I think you're right, yeah.
I think that I would rather have it on multiple like if I have to buy 2 300 gig external drives and mirror them or mirror the data, I'd rather do that.
Yeah. Because
you know, I just think it's handier and it's more it's going to be more reliable. Tape's not even that good. I think tape is under certain circumstances is good, but it has to be more of a controlled environment.
We should look that up. What is like the shelf life of a DVD? I mean, obviously, are they not more robust than tape, or is tape more robust?
Tape, I believe, you have to circulate out every 7 years is the maximum like a VHS tape.
Yeah,
that would be the maximum shelf life that you're going to get out of it. That's what they say. I mean, I think it degrades through time, so the quality-wise, you're not going to have the same. But
I mean,
I don't have any.
It's one thing to have video footage, you know, from years ago. You can see that, you can still see it, but data might be a problem, right?
It could be, yeah.
And the problem is that you know, I used to have, what was it, Retrospect. I don't know who made it.
Dance. Now EMC bottom.
Okay, so right now I had backups of my old data from my G4 back, I don't know, 5 years ago, let's say.
Well, that's a problem.
Exactly. The format's changed.
Right.
So now I back up. I thought about this. I back up to a program called Backup by Mac, and will I still have that same format? I almost am just wanting to just take my data raw. All these backup systems that do this incremental backup is great, but the reality is that 4 or 5 years down the road, are you going to be still using that same program?
No, and that's why I don't use it.
Yeah,
that's why I don't use it. I know that it's as a secondary precaution, it might be okay.
Yeah,
but not as an archival source.
Right. I think you just have to have the root files and just.
You have the raw files on some other disk.
Yeah,
and you mirror the disks, and then you have them both available, or you have them on one disk and you have a backup, but you always have all the raw files on one. You never archive them off of that hard drive. I think is the best method.
Yeah,
I honestly think the best method is all three. I think
and you had that as well, the retrospec, right?
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah,
I still have it. It works great.
It does work great, and I mean, have you ever? I mean, I've never had a
I restored.
where I've lost something. Oh, you have?
Yeah, I restored.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, and that worked fine.
Yeah, it worked great.
Oh, okay. I've done it as a trial just to make sure I knew how to do it.
Sure.
But I never had a failure where I needed to do it.
I had some documents that I had backed up, and I had deleted them, thinking that they were somewhere else, and they weren't. And I had to go hunting for them, and I found them on the dance backup.
No.
And I restored them, and they were fine.
Oh.
It wasn't system; it was all all the personal stuff.
Well, actually, it's funny that we talk about that because I'm very cautious about what I delete, and I make sure that before I throw out trash, I look in the trash and make sure it's I legitimately want to get rid of it. Well, this morning I actually was organizing things and I had a video file that of a DVD and like a video TS folder, and for whatever reason, I tossed it in the trash before I made a DVD copy of it, and before I knew it, I trashed the trash, and then I thought, oh, can I undo the trash? And
there are, for PC there are, because basically when you delete.
It just removes the header, right? I know it doesn't really get rid of the file. It just kind of removes the header, it doesn't really tell you where, it just kind of loses the location.
But that's beyond, I think, the
normal scope of. So I just,
you just said, oh, well.
Yeah, I was a little irritated that I did it because it's not
your norm.
Not like me,
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, you should look real quick to see what average shelf life of DVDs are.
That's a good point because
I don't trust them for anything. I think that if you scratch them,
I'll type in DVD shelf life.
Actually, I take that back. I have I have a DVD that I bought on closeout, and I don't even know what the manufacturer are, but they're white on one side, and I think they're for printing. I mean, it's a nice white, solid white back. It's not like the glittery kind of that you can kind of chip away
the foil,
with the foil. Those ones make me nervous, but this one seems like it's a solid piece that would be a lot more robust and probably last a lot longer. I could be wrong, and it may not be the case, but it seems like it.
It says MacNTalk DVDRs has a shelf life and a post-recording life of over 100 years. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
It
may be. You know what? If that's the case, that's a great format thing. But, honestly, what we need to do is get together and make some sort of database also. Like maybe you database them, but I don't database them. So when I archive things, and, I have so many pictures and so many things like that, if I archive them, I need to know where the hell they are and what, not just written down on some little DVD label, thrown away. They need to be cataloged correctly.
I used
it's so hard.
FileMaker, and now I have to find the FileMaker. That's part of the problem, though. I'm thinking, God, I should have just used Excel.
Sure.
I need to use some just bare bones system because every once in a while, whenever I get new technology, I don't increment the software, and then there's always, it just never ends, I guess.
Right. It will never end. God damn it! No, I agree, and because I was thinking the same thing.
But it is frustrating. Yeah. No, and that worked well. I did all my cataloging of all my DVDs, and
Right.
and so, but yeah,
that's a project I need to work on, is because I have movies and home movies and stuff like that. I'd like to get, and you know what, I need terabytes of information of storage.
Sure.
It doesn't make sense, just saying that, but it does to me, because I would rather than have my video
right
on a tape
right
and have to go back because there's not enough room. You import it and then you manipulate it and then you export it to DVD, iDVD, or DVD Pro or whatever, and then you create a DVD out of it, and then what do? Do you save that project or do you delete it? Because I delete it. I say, well, I already have it, but all that time...
It's now encoded, and now you can't go back
right,
and
I can't go back and re-edit it.
I know, and I've been down that road, and I've kept my... I have a couple home movies as well that are valuable, and, it's... The reality is I spent a lot of time importing them, and I don't want to lose that RAW type format, so I keep it.
Right.
And just because... once it's encoded, now I have to,
But I have hours and hours and hours. I mean, I must have 25, 30, 40 hours worth of tape. But this would be also the nice thing is you have 40 hours of footage, right? And there has to be some way to easily maintain those. So if I wanted something from... let's say I wanted to do a query on Matthew age 20, and then it would be able to pull up, hey, these are the things that are Matthew age 20, and then I can then use them quickly. I wouldn't have to go scope, okay, well, this is in DVD number such and such, and then I got to go through that footage. And so I need so much information, so much storage area.
Yeah.
I could keep it all there. I could database it, and then I could very easily go back with some keywords and query it, and then import it into
I think you just
a
have
project.
And I think you just have to be diligent about naming your files accordingly, so that whenever you search things for that, then they'll come up. But it's
but it's going to have to cost a lot of money.
Well, it's a nightmare to do.
Because if you don't just have a terabyte of information, you need to RAID 5 it, and you need to, you have to have a RAID system if you want it to be kept in good standings.
Yeah.
Because you can't. RAID 5 is good. Yes, I mean, it just goes on and on. You want RAID 5, but you do want to back it up. But think about how much how much it costs to back up a terabyte of information. It's a lot.
Everything I'm reading, it says shelf life on pre-recorded CDs and I think DVDs is said to be about 100 years. Shelf life of the CDRs and DVDRs, it's closer to 10 years, maybe 20. You're really lucky.
Yeah. Well, and the conditions are correct, and you don't ever do anything with it, and they're in a case rather than a plastic case versus a vinyl sleeve or some sort.
Stored on the side. Sure, I think that. I urinate on mine. That's
Well, no one will touch it. That's for sure.
Well,
you bathe it. You get out there.
I think, I don't know, maybe 20 years though? 10, 20 years? Tapes will last that.
I don't know.
That's not good.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't trust, the only, I think that it's tough. It's a tough decision to make. I know for me, I have tons of information, and I'm using USB 2. Hopefully think about it. In 10 years, how many changes have there been in 10 years, even with technology? So, the challenge is, right. The challenge is you have. I hope not. That's 14 every year. That's
14.8. What do you want? What do you want from me?
Nothing. Just your money.
I didn't do the math.
No, you screwed me all the hell because now I'm thinking about other things.
What do you need?
There's a little picture on the cap. I just noticed on the inside. Yeah. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. That's what's so sucky.
Shelf life of DVD.
Oh no! Because it's so hard to determine what to do with all this data. Mm-hmm. You know, you get, let's say you get an LTO tape backup. You spend $3,000 on that. You have all these LTO tapes, and then pretty soon the technology changes where you increase your load of storage needs. Mm-hmm. And then, so you say, well, I need that now, and then now you're stuck with all the LTO tapes. And same thing with the PowerPC versus Intel. You switch there, and now you need to get a different software in order to run on it. And now you're like, well, is it 100% compatible? Or, well, this software, now you're looking at different softwares.
Right.
And then, well, that one's good, but now I have all these. How do I convert them now to this? And all the time that's involved with just this whole flow of trying to keep your data without losing it because of technology changes either in equipment, software, or media.
Yeah, I mean, and look at, what TVs, how long they've been out. I mean, that format has been what it is, and then VCRs came along. Those stayed around for like forever.
Yeah.
But now we're just rapidly going through things, and people want this
DVD
long-term.
and then small. I mean, they're going to switch. That's going to change pretty quick. The DVD format's going to change again. Bastards. So I mean, it's tough. It's if anybody out there has the solution, then let us know at info@MacNTalk.com. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to us. We'll listen to you. You listen to us.
It's kind of late. What time is it?
It's the time is 11:20, and we've been talking for about an hour and 20 minutes, which I think is more than enough.
It's a new record.
Yeah,
great.
More than enough. And there's a slight hum in the background.
It's put me to sleep, actually.
Is it? Yeah, I thought you were humming for a second.
Yeah, I was.
Well, I think that maybe we'll wrap up this session.
Okay.
Of MacNTalk.
Thank you, Matthew, for allowing me into your MacNTalk studio. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say so. No, it's the Matt and Will Show.
Oh, it would not be the Matt and Will Show without you. This is MacNTalk.com.
Yeah, last week it was just you though.
I know, it was the Matt Show.
I know.
It wasn't nearly as good.
I know. It
was nearly not as good.
I wasn't feeling well.
No, you certainly weren't. You had something wrong with you.
I always a lot wrong with me.
Yeah. So, but that was understandable. No, I'm glad you're here, and this is what it's all about. It's all about Mac and Talk and drinking a couple beers and talking techie, stuffy stuff, and it being the Matt and Will Show. That's what it's all about. Matt and Will Show.
Take care.
Okay. Anyway, this is Matt signing off, and
Will also. I'm going to sign off too then.
Are you? Or you want to keep talking?
Well, no, go ahead.
No, not so much. Okay. We're going to shut your off. We're going to shut your off? What the hell is that? I'm going to your hair and sneak and knock the hell out.
little lemon.
Sorry. Burning my throat. Anyway, this is Matthew. We're going to sign off now, as we stated before. And we're going to drive this ending into. I was never good at chess. Because the end game, I never had the end. I could, I had a wicked front game, and then middle game I was pretty strong, and then the end game, it's like I couldn't close it.
Well, you play chess like I play tennis.
Talk about the club. Will is known throughout various parts of the country.
I can go
actually the world. Of not being able to be a very good closer.
Yeah, they call me the closer.
They call him the closer because he doesn't know what it is.
Opposite of,
right,
exactly. I can be up like 5-0.
We've played tennis and I've just watched him just not be able to do anything.
I implode.
Yeah,
it's just like
it's an implosion that's kind of It's hard to watch, actually.
It is.
It's hard to be a part of and hard to be around, but...
Yeah, but somehow you just stay there.
Yeah, I stay there and I win.
And
so
just clean up.
Yeah. I mean, why? Who? It's just human nature.
Yeah,
you can't blame me for that. Okay, until next time, we'll talk to you later. I don't know how to end it. How am I going to end it?
Peace out.
Peace out, motherfucker. Home chicken. Okay, anyway, until next time, we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Click it.
You fucking click it. I'm gonna click it.
Click it.
Okay, clicking it. And it's clicked. No, it's not. It's not clicked yet. It's close. The cursor was over. No, but also listen for some about 20 minutes. about 20 minutes of outtakes that from the beginning that we didn't like. Yeah, you gotta listen to that.
Okay, they'll love that.
No more than it is now.
That's true.
What?
Actually, it's more exciting than what
it is. We had it. Yeah, we didn't have shit. Anyway, listen to us again next week, and hope you enjoy the show. Contact us at info@MacNTalk.com. And this is Matthew, and that's Will, and we'll catch you next time. March 25th, 2006. This is Matthew.
And I'm Will.
And this is MacNTalk. Thank you for joining us. Today we are going to be drinking a beer called Hefeweizen. And it's Widmer Brothers. Widmer. W-I-D-M-E-R. And they're from Portland, Oregon.
Oh.
And it's a Hefeweizen. Hefeweizen is a beer that I believe is wheat beer.
I heard it was pronounced Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen.
I'm hopeful that I like this beer, and I hope you like it.
I like it. Sure.
Well, last time I was sick last week, but the week before.
Yeah, that's right. You were sick. Here we go. Listen. That's kind of dead. Here's the bottle opener.
Thank you.
Ah, it smells putrid. No, actually, it sounds. Oh, that was nice. Oh, I did have ice in mine. Oh, Christ. Shit. It looks like turds coming out of the bottle. Jesus criminy.
What did? That's crazy.
Well, it didn't seem like it was gonna be. Oh, and I got a chunk of.
Oh, well, mine's not.
Well, aren't you just Mr. Happy Horse shit over there?
It's a perfect size bottle.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like someone thought about that.
Okay.
And with the. Ooh, I think you broke the chair. Not even. Haven't had a sip yet. No, but the. I just farted. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Sorry, Mom. My mom actually can't stand that word.
Oh, is that right?
Like, she'd rather me say fuck rather than fart.
Oh.
There's just something about it, just some weird.
It's the bad word.
I take that back. She wouldn't want me to say either.
Yeah, probably.
But, whatever. So, we have this beer. It's a nice tan color that I can't see through because mine's a sloshy slush.
Yeah.
And his is...
Look at mine. It looks so much better.
Yeah, his is better. But whatever. I can slurp it like a slop.
I hope you like it. I wish it wasn't frozen for you, but
well, we got more that's not frozen.
Oh, we didn't put the lemon in.
I know, not yet. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about the lemon. The lemon, I read, because I tried to figure out why the hell you put lemon in beer. It just seems like a weird thing.
I agree.
The research, there's a guy at my work I started talking to him about beer, and he knows everything about beer, but he didn't know exactly why. And so he started looking it up on the computer and found that we found many things, but what the conclusion we decided is that the wheat beer has a potential of going sour, and so the lemon will kind of mask its that sour turning flavor. I mean, it goes bad. Basically, the beer goes bad. It's turned sour. I mean, it's not bad. You can drink it, won't kill you. But bad meaning it's not the fresh brew. So it turns sour quicker with the wheat beer. And so the lemon masks it and so on and so forth. But we also determined that we don't think that's the case. We don't think they go sour anymore. We think that it's more of a traditional thing.
No.
That it used to go sour because it took longer to get from across seas to here, or they would sit a little bit longer, or the conditions were different, or what have you.
Have you had lemon before in beers?
Not once. Well, no, I did last Wednesday and the week before. But I mean, it was okay.
So maybe that's why.
It was okay.
Because I went to a restaurant and they have like so many beers on tap, and someone recommended this beer for me, and I tried it and really liked it. Now it was a Hefeweizen. There was other.
Was it a Hefeweizen?
It was, but I'm sure it wasn't this. From
well,
the
there's
brewery.
tons of them. Yeah, I know there's tons of them.
And so anyway, it came with a lemon in it, and I had never had a beer with lemon in it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, kind of different, but I mean, I love the beer, and with the lemon, I thought it was really good. So I'm hopeful that.
Well, I'm going to take a sip, but did you put the lemon in yours? Not now, but yours is icing up too.
Yeah, I guess it is a little bit.
Crap, sorry about that.
Yeah, you ruined it. God damn it.
I'm curious if anybody out there knows what. We don't even have a friggin' email address. Yeah, well, or an email address. So.
We don't? You didn't make one?
Well, I tried, but it's not working.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's more stuff I need to look into. But it's info@MacNTalk.com. MacNtalk.com. Info@MacNTalk. We'll probably change it, but we'll get that working probably, I don't know, I'll try to get it working this weekend. So tomorrow. By the time you hear this, send us... if I knew what my question was again, what was my question?
About slosh, probably.
Oh yes. What happens to beer when it freezes? What chemical? Because I know if you freeze wine, it changes, and you don't want to freeze wine at all. There's, and of course you have the wine connoisseurs who, really, I mean they don't.
And how many times have you done that where you wanted something really cold and you just put it in for just 5 minutes and then 3 hours later you remember.
Right, and you're like, oh, well, I'll just defrost it and have a little bit of it.
Sure, you have no choice.
Of course, it popped the cork out and it's, but that's fine. So if you know, then let us know because we don't know and we're amateur beer drinkers.
I've had it rock solid before. I mean, just rock solid. I'm like, oh, you kidding me?
Well, that's especially crappy if it's your only bottle. Because then it goes straight to the microwave. And I know there has to be something wrong about that. So here's the lemon. Fresh from the tree. Just go ahead and grab one. I don't know. I wouldn't put the whole thing in. What I would do is just squeeze it in there and then take, because there may be bird turd on it. So I think these are the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are juicy. But these are good lemons, actually. Oh, yeah, the good lemon. It's a good lemon. And they're really juicy. Which is nice. So anyway, we're going to talk about a few things tonight. There goes that lemon. I haven't even taken a sip, though. I'd like to get done with taking a sip of it and seeing what it's like. But, well, here we go. I'll slush and all.
Where'd you toss it?
I just ate it. No. I just set it right here, right by the other ones.
Oh, okay.
You can set it there. It's no big deal. Put it in the bowl.
I think I cut my finger.
Very good beer.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've been here for
way too long. Had to deal with PC issues.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to talk about Roxio and Will's opinion on Roxio. We're going to talk about his new computer. It's all about him tonight, actually, now that I'm looking at it.
I brought it.
Oh, we forgot to say, and this is the Matt and Will Show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and we will be talking about several things tonight.
You're not even drunk yet, and you're like...
I know, but...
crazy.
I'm crazy.
I'm tasting
mellow
this,
out.
and I'm like...
What? Is it not good? You don't like it? Well, let me see. Hold on.
Not what I remember. You can definitely taste the wheat, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that before. Man, I'm going to have to... see, that's the thing. Well, I'm going to mention the restaurant because it, the Yard House. And I've went on the website, actually. In fact...
Can you get like a keg of it or a pony keg? Or?
I'd really like to know exactly what flavor of Hefeweizen it was because this is not it. And it's okay.
I think there's only one flavor.
Well... there was a word in front of it, a German word. It's like, all consonants and
cold.
One vowel.
Cold.
Sorry.
It means cold. Cold.
No, it wasn't cold.
Will's
I know what cold in German means.
It means cold.
Freezing.
The freezing.
I don't know.
So we're going to also talk about World of Warcraft.
World of.
Warcraft.
I was going to show you that later just so I can see if I can,
He can get it working.
Recruit you.
Well, yeah, he's trying to, but nothing so far. So we're also going to talk about schools and Microsoft applications. I had to deal with something tonight that had to do with my wife and some school college task that she had to deal with, and of course I'm her technical support person. So we'll talk about that. And we'll talk about the Mac and the XP. They got the XP running on a Mini, which that's about all we need to talk about it
I think I covered it.
And then iFusion, which is an iPod product, not built by Apple, but built by another company, and it's pretty nifty. But first off, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back. Thank you.